And, I wear a lot of necklaces, so it's not like I put on other, I just wear the same necklace and I don't put on other necklaces. And I was like, you know what? You're going to wear it all today and see if you like it. And then that means you're going to keep it.
There
All
you
right.
go.
And then I'm like, it might be one of these necklaces that I wear every day in a layer type thing because it's chunky and I like the layer and stuff. I'm also like, oh, it might not be. So we're just going to see.
It's cute.
Thank
I'm
you.
a fan.
Had it for a very long time.
I already started recording.
Oh.
All right. I hit record and then you started talking about the necklace and I was like, whoa.
I'm so sorry.
I can edit it.
Oh, fantastic.
Or we just have a clip of us talking and this is how the podcast starts.
Yeah, good.
Hey. Happy New Year.
Happy 2025.
Woo. Welcome back to Bookshelf of Opinions.
Year 3.
Eek. I'm Hannah.
I'm Elizabeth.
And I don't know which episode this is, but it doesn't matter because it's the first of 2025.
Exactly.
I don't know. That intro just felt weird to me.
It's
but
okay.
That's fine.
It's fine.
All right. What are you reading?
Okay, I am currently reading Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. She wrote Sharp Objects and Gone Girl. There's the movie Gone Girl, and then there's the TV show Sharp Edges.
I know Gone Girl, I think, because of the movie. I don't think I've seen it. But
or
I know it.
Sharp Objects. Okay, Gone Girl's really good. I like that book, and I like that movie. Sharp Objects wasn't really into. Dark Places, essentially this kid is accused of murdering his whole family but different ways, and his sister's the only survivor. And so now she's trying to figure it out. So it's really dark. That's what I am reading right now. What about you?
I am still reading Hellbent.
And that's okay.
Then I started The Nameless Heir, and I can't remember who it's by. I mean, I can look, but that's a lot of... I'm not opening my phone.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of going back and forth. I like The Nameless Heir. It's hard reading books about fae and fairies that aren't Sarah J. Maas, because in my brain,
that's
all
the
fae
only
and fairy are hers.
Okay.
But I have to remember that it's not like a coined thing that's like only for her to write about.
But that's the only type of books you've read there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But then like you read The Cool Prince and they're all fae or fairies, and then you read this and it's like follows Fallon and then Ronan.
I know who those people are, but I don't I've heard of them in the book community.
So it follows their stories. The
I know
hard
who
thing
these people
is
are.
it doesn't start like the chapters by telling you whose point of view it's from technically.
Oh,
but
interesting.
It's also not. I can't remember. I don't think it's from first person point of view either.
Okay.
But it's still like their chapter.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of the concept behind it all.
Is it a series?
Yeah, it's a trilogy.
Okay, nice.
So I'm intrigued to see.
Nice.
I'm like 60% through.
Happy Onyx Storm month, everyone.
It is Onyx Storm month. Did you see the excerpt or something that she just posted?
Yes.
Or not just, but yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on, now I want to pull it up and to give context for people because.
Oh yes.
I am just. I'm a little scared.
As we all should be.
But I'm also very, very excited. Okay. Yeah, so the little excerpt she posted, like the screen or the image she posted was, even you don't get a say in which parts of us are taken first, Riorsan. But then like the full thing, I'm not going to read it, but it was posted on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
So. Sorry, now I'm just like rereading it all.
No, you're totally fine.
Sorry, I'm still reading.
Yeah, that scared me. What?
I'm just scared for it all. I don't think I ever read it fully through and or fully processed the words of it.
Oh.
And now I'm scared.
Well, I
Again.
I am so excited for it, but I've kind of in my head blocked out the ending of Iron Flame.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when I read that, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I think
that makes sense.
I'm trying not to give it too much hype yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the start of Iron Flame
was
Lord. So slow, and I'm scared that Onyx Storm is going to kind of be like that.
I feel like it might
left on such a big cliffhanger.
And that's what. Okay, wait. If this might be a spoiler for people who haven't read Iron Flame, we're in the middle of it, so please just ignore this and skip forward. In Iron Flame, it ended with obviously Zayden, as we know, in Venom and stuff, or Venom, whatever. But him and Violet are still together.
Him and
right?
Violet are still together.
Okay, because it was like the whole thing of like they woke up
Yes.
in the house and they're together and sleeping, but his eyes, it was that, and then he went to go see Jack. Okay, that's one. I wanted to like,
But she
wasn't
knows
like they
that he's Venom.
yes, but it wasn't like they broke up. I wanted to make sure.
They're
Okay,
still
that's
very
what I
much
thought.
together. Yeah, because they had, I can't remember when, but they did almost have like the third act breakup
I know.
of the "you love me" or "I loved you, no, you love me," whatever that is.
And that's what everyone's like, oh my gosh, is Zayden just another Tamlin? But I feel like
No.
it was too intense in the first book and in the second book. Like within Akamath, like you could tell from the very beginning.
At the end of ACOTAR.
Yeah.
Like once she was under the mountain, you were like, Tamlin, what are you doing?
Yeah, there's no and Dane is just being absolutely stupid.
Yes.
So like there's no,
because like I see the people who pull out hope for Dane, but at the same time he has like repeatedly been the bad guy who's trying to be good, whereas Zayden has like fully owned, I am the bad guy, I can't do good.
Yeah.
Yet he's doing all this
well,
good.
Dane is the bad guy that's trying to do good, but his version of good isn't for the people.
No, his version of good is for him and what he thinks is good for Violet.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And it makes sense because she always said it was an enemies to lovers, and technically, again, now Zayden and Violet are enemies.
Oh, yes.
Like that whole thing of people, like, I don't know who said it, but they're like, okay, but it's enemies to lovers, which is why people thought it was going to be Dane, but then technically Violet and Zayden have always been enemies from the beginning.
Yes.
They just became lovers
they've been
fast.
forbidden. Like,
yeah.
You know, here's my thing. And you've heard it, you will hear it here on the podcast. If it ends up being a Violet and Dane love story, I will lose my ever-living mind. I will still finish the series because I have
Rebecca
to know.
Yarros has lost her mind if it becomes a Dane.
But if that is it, then I believe that the series ends at Iron Flame, and and they live happily ever after.
Like she has to make me hate Zayden and love Dane, and
he
I
has
don't
to
think
do
she
something
can do that.
absolutely horrible, which is hard because I mean, there's a lot of things I accept when it comes to
how she can do a redemption for Dane. He somehow has a second signet that lets him bring people back to life. He brings Liam back to life, and we find out that Zayden is actually the one that killed Liam.
Yeah, that's literally
the only thing that would fully. And even then, I'd be like,
it's a little bit far-fetched.
It's a little bit out there. Like you're really searching for that redemption arc. But like,
if you give us Liam, then
if you give us Liam, we can work with it. Then I need Liam and Violet.
I was literally going to say that. Then bingo.
Yeah.
But then the scribe and Liam.
I know.
Oh. Okay, what have you been...
I did what I've been reading.
No, what have you been listening to?
I have been listening to,
not that we can talk about books, but I know we should probably finish our normal programming.
For today, I'm like, quick. But technically not for these things. So, okay, I'm trying to think of like what's been recent since it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I had a big Tortured Poets department, obviously. A lot of Noah Kahan just before New Year's, which is like always what I feel like I end up falling into is Taylor Swift and Noah Kahan. And then recently, well, I say recently, all day yesterday and today, I've been listening to my, what's it actually called? Good Mood Shower Mix.
Oh.
Which Spotify started for me. And then I went through and I added a whole bunch of like another 2 hours worth of songs. And it's all just like 2000s pop.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I love it because it ranges from like there's some Taylor Swift on there, and there's like 1 or 2 Gracie Abrams songs, but then it's like a lot of One Direction and like random, the couple of artists who have like one breakout song, like Walk the Moon. I have Shut Up and Dance on there. Yes. I have Dog Days Are Over from Florence and the Machine. What was I Lived by One, like all the good like.
Yes, I know.
And then I have some Pink on there. I think I have like 1 or 2 Katy Perry song, like just when I look back, it's like
I'm gonna stalk your Spotify and then find that playlist and listen to it.
It's such a happy nostalgia playlist, and it just makes me happy. And then I do have like Hold Back the River by James Bay, but that's an anomaly because I love James Bay.
Yes, I saw him. He opened for the Lumineers.
I love that.
And Caroline goes, "Oh, I know who this is."
I forget I love him, and then I listen to his music, and I'm like, man.
Yeah,
what a man.
And his their song with Lumineers and Noah Kahan, I'm like, yeah, I forget that there's that song because that's like the Trinity.
Yes, I forget that he's part of that song.
Yeah,
like in my brain, it's just Noah Kahan and Lumineers.
Yeah.
Anyway, what have you been listening to?
Okay, so I've been listening to a lot of 70s rock, so which is not abnormal for me at all.
No.
So a lot of Leonard Skinner, Led Zeppelin, Tom Petty, Fleetwood Mac. We went to go see the new Bob Dylan movie. Highly recommend.
Oh,
Even if you
yeah.
don't like Bob Dylan, I still think you would love
What
it.
do you think of Timothy Chalamet?
Okay, I thought he did amazing. Okay,
Okay.
so I am not one of those girls that's like, oh my gosh, Timothy Chalamet. I do have a shirt with his outline on because that's from Little Women. It's purely for lore. It's not
gotcha.
Timothy Chalamet. I feel like I have to clarify that whenever I wear it. Anyways, I don't know how to defend myself on here. Um, but I do feel like he's a good actor. You know, like I'm not like one of those girls that's obsessed with him, but I think he's a good actor, and I think he played Bob Dylan really well. And I've read a few books about Bob Dylan, and I like his music, so I really liked it. And my whole family went to go see it. My dad liked it a lot. My parents did. Anyways, so I thought it was great. So I've been listening to a lot of that music. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because I can't hear myself, and I normally can hear myself through my earbuds.
Interesting. I can only ever hear myself through your echo.
Interesting.
So can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Then
you.
you're good.
Okay, that's why I thought it was fine.
Like the headphones are for us to hear each other, not necessarily to hear ourselves.
You're right.
The
I
only way
normally
we
don't ever
ourselves is
hear
through our
myself.
echo. That's totally fine. I feel like we have this
Okay.
conversation like once
We
every couple
do.
episodes.
I am
so
so
it was
sorry.
about time. It's okay.
My bad. Anyways, so a lot of music like that, and Elton John and stuff. And then most recently, like within the past couple of days, I have a playlist that is called A Love Letter to New England that I've created, and it's like my heart and soul of like Noah Kahn, and then just a lot of like more folk music, and just instantly I'm like in New England in the summer with like shorts and a sweatshirt, and it's just because I feel like at the end of the day, that's where I'm like that's where my soul lies. Like
Amen.
I just want to be an old lady with hydrangeas and like I don't know. Anyways, so I've been listening to a lot of that. So that like obviously Maine by Noah Kahn is
Such a
the
good
number one
song,
song
too.
up there. Yeah.
I love seeing the TikTok trend where people are like, when I hear 60s and when I hear everywhere everything, and then it's just like you hear Maine start to play, and I'm like,
I know it gives me like I get this feeling.
like
I also heard the other day, "It Is What It Is." Jenna, right? And I always think of you when I hear that song. You know how the other day we were talking about songs we think of,
yes,
and how I said that I think of Margaritaville and
Escape.
Escape when I think of Hannah. I think of that song when I think of you,
Wow.
or I think of you when I hear that song. Yeah. So a lot of Noah Kahn, Clairmont, all that stuff has been stuck on my playlist.
It's fine. It's a new year. It's January.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go.
It was very cozy. So my playlist is that
Yeah.
is. I shall
Let's
say. Let's
see.
look at our notes.
So, how was okay? We're gonna be very brief on these next two things, only because we are long-winded people, and we don't want our first episode back to be like 2 hours. Although y'all might get an extended cut. Who knows? Okay. How was your Christmas?
It was good. It didn't feel like Christmas for a while because I had just come back from a family reunion
Mhm.
like the Saturday before. Like I never went to go see Christmas lights. Very, very weird Christmas.
Mhm.
But overall it was good. It was
Good.
very good. How was yours?
It was good.
Are we being that short?
I don't know. Do you
Okay.
have like a favorite memory from this Christmas?
I don't know. That was overall good. Like I can't think of a specific like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. You know?
I just didn't know. You know, sometimes like there's like that one thing that you're like, oh, this is this year's like, or at least for me, I have one thing that's always like, this is the core memory from this Christmas.
I don't know. We were all together, and so that was just nice. And I
That's
think
good.
it's Caroline and Ethan. That's my sister and brother-in-law. They like this is the first year that they were married, so like they stayed over, and I think that was just special to me. So yeah. Anyways,
Mine was good.
Good.
It's a good weird being older. Like I have to remember the Christmas
Yes.
magic is different, but a good
Yes.
different.
yes.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
it was really good though, because we had a couple. I say a couple of days of celebrating, but like we had different. Like my dad's family came over the Friday
Mhm.
before Christmas, and then we did go. Like our Christmas Eve was a little bit different. We spent it like basically with my sister's boyfriend's family also, which was fun. Like we get along great with them.
Yeah, we went to church with my sister's boyfriend's family.
Yeah.
You know, so it was
I
just
would say,
different.
yeah. And then like Christmas Day, we went and saw my 102-year-old grandmother for her 103rd Christmas. So I'm saying that because I'm going to keep shouting that out so long
As you should.
she has more Christmases.
Mhm.
Yeah. My favorite memory though was like, okay, was a gift I gave.
Hmm.
I'm very proud of this.
You should be.
Elizabeth knows what it is. So I have to preface, I'm a sentimental girl. I like pictures. I'm horrible at giving gifts though. Like it is not my strong suit. Don't
I am too, but I want to do
yes,
good
like
at
I
it.
want to do good, and especially because other people do so good, and but I'm like I can't.
Yes.
So every year I've since my mom did it for my uncles on my dad's side, like the aunts and uncle pairings, she would make a family calendar of the whole year for all like the grandkids, like pictures of them. So then I took that over and started doing it for my immediate family. So I did it for my mom and dad. They get a calendar, and then my brother and sister in law get a calendar. And then technically my sister and I could get a calendar, but I'm like, I don't use calendars like that. So that's always been a thing for me. The past like 3 or 4 years is doing family calendars like that. And then this year I was like, I want something else that's like a little more creative to add to that. So I made a family adventure book or like children's book
Yeah.
and about our Christmas last year because we were in Disney for it since my sister was working there. And so that's what they got this year with like weird AI photos. And
It's a fantastic book.
it's amazing. It's hilarious. At the very end, I do a disclaimer like it's not a Disney book, and that cracks.
You have
them-
acknowledgments and you have.
I and then about the author.
Yeah.
Because my family made fun of me. They're like, the one real picture is of you. And they're like, why do you have an about the author? And I'm like, because people need to know about the author.
Exactly.
And so I did do like
These books are gonna be passed down in the family.
It's amazing. And I can't remember if I have it in there. Like, if you want more Davenport adventure books, like take Hannah on more vacations. But that's basically how this works. If you want more funny books, take me on more
I
vacations.
love that. I will write a book if you take me on vacation.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And my mom, like, I think she got a little teary eyed looking like at it, but like
I'll say the
we
same.
were all just they were dying laughing because my rhyme schemes are all over the place. There's like not a consistent rhyme.
I
scheme.
proofread.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
I had one. Apparently, I was missing one apostrophe.
Oh.
It's Mickey and Minnie's ownership. I did Mickey and Minnie's plural. Runaway Railway.
The only thing I had to edit was you said 2023 instead of 20.
Yes.
No, you said 2024 instead of 2023.
No, I said 2023 instead of 2024.
Yes. Okay. Whatever that
Whatever,
was,
you
I
corrected
corrected
me on
it.
that. But
Yes.
that was like we were all dying laughing, and so that's each like I'm gonna say couple in our family, but like my parents have one, my brother and sister-in-law have one, Lily, my sister, has one, and then I have one. So like all four like groupings
Yes.
have their own. And I'm like, this might become a tradition.
Tradition. I like it.
'Cause- Yeah. So that
This
was
is
my
totally
Christmas.
random, but you're talking about it. I about writing your book. I started writing again. I have not
Yeah,
picked
you
up my
did.
book in the longest time. I started writing it very slow, but I was like, oh.
I'm proud
But I
of
also
you.
haven't been reading fantasy, and I think that's why I haven't been writing. So I think once I read
Yeah.
Onyx Storm, I'm probably gonna be like a like huge like power
You
trip.
gotta
Anyways,
just get that inspiration in again.
yeah,
That's
for
how I
sure.
feel whenever I write. I'm like, if nothing's happening in
Mhm.
life, because I only write real things for me,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah, because I have a contemporary book too, and that's like after I read like Just for the Summer and Funny Story, I was like definitely putting all this in here, and then I was like, I need to read another
yeah.
book like that to input. So, anyways, that's my thing.
How was your New Year's?
It was good. It was pretty chill. So last year we started a tradition, it's our second year, where we do at home melting pot. So cheese
Ooh.
fondue. Because my mom found a recipe that they use, and so we do cheese, and then we eat like steak and the chocolate fondue. And so like Caroline Ethan came over, my sister's boyfriend came over, my boyfriend came over. Like we all hung out and stuff. And just played games and played Secret Hitler. Our Kristen, I'm just name dropping here. Kristen and Cooper, who are mutual friends of me and Hannah's, they were over and we played Secret Hitler, and it was just insane.
I can believe it.
The amount of times me and Cooper were fascists together is insane, and we didn't win because that normally happens when me and him are on the same team. Anyways, but it was fun.
Fun.
And then fireworks and stuff.
Exciting.
Yeah, and then on New Year's Day we go to my grandma's to eat collard greens and black eyed peas.
I'm so sad. I haven't had collard greens and black eyed peas in years.
I love collard greens. Love
They're
them.
so good. Black eyed peas is a texture thing.
Oh, I like them.
They're just too mushy. But collard greens, I eat some collards. Oh, they're
Like
so
I'll
good.
order them on this. If I see them on the side menu, I'm gonna order some collard greens.
Mhm.
You're good. How's your New Year's?
Oh yeah.
Yep. That's
Sorry, it was good. My family started. Now it's an official tradition because this was our 5th year or maybe our 6th
I was
year.
gonna say, yeah.
We run a cabin at one of the state parks Like it changes each year. And we go up there for like 2 full days. So New Year's Eve, and then we come home typically on New Year's Day. It just kind of depends on the school schedule because we have teachers and they have to be back at school on the 2nd, which is stupid.
The second?
Yeah, like they are. We got home, so we're recording this on the 2nd. We got home yesterday, and like my dad and sister-in-law are both back at work today, and it's the same way next year too. It's stupid.
Heck no, I go back.
Kids go
the
back to
6th.
school tomorrow.
Oh no!
Right? It has changed a lot. Like when I was in school, like we didn't go back until like the 6th or 7th. Typically, I felt like.
I don't go back till the 6th, and then the students come back till the 7th.
Yeah, it's insane. So like that alters our trip. But we go to a cabin and we hike, and then we just kind of hang out and we eat a lot of food and play a lot of games, and we watch Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve every year. Like we will.
Okay,
like,
we're
one year,
not-
We
we're-
streamed it on like our phones. Like like it's our tradition to watch that and count down and watch the ball drop.
So we're not people who watch, like, we don't watch the Thanksgiving parade every year. Like, that's not our tradition, and we don't watch, like, if it's on, we'll put it on. But, like, and then we don't watch sometimes we will put the ball drop on, but we're not people that consistently do that. But I did see the Jonas Brothers saying Camp Rock, and I was like,
It was
fantastic.
amazing. Like we were.
So I've been listening to that song a lot, playing my music.
Oh, so good.
So good.
It's just like that's one of our things is because we're a music family, and so like
Yeah.
listening to all the like Alanis Morissette playing, like my mom was like, "Shh, be quiet," and then you had like Kesha who opened the night, and you had like me, Leah, and Lily like, "Be quiet, we're
I
listening
love
to
Kesha.
And then you get
That's
to,
like the role model you shouldn't have, but
No.
like you love.
like you love.
I love Kesha.
And then like the Jonas Brothers played, and so then after the Jonas Brothers played, we were all like, okay, like started going to bed because it was like 12:30, and then it's
I went to bed
or
at
like
3:40.
12:15 maybe 12:20 either way,
Mm.
because then about like 12:40 or 12:30 12:40, then I was waiting for Natasha Bedingfield like so hard. I wanted to listen. Like they were announcing she was playing. I'm like, when is she gonna play? Because I need
Exactly.
this.
Yeah.
Unwritten was my top song. Was your top song? It was Belle's top song.
Yeah.
I was like, I need it for 2025. Like this is how 2024 was. Let's go. And so I'm literally laying in bed, just like watching it on the TV. And like Lily and Bradley, my sister and her boyfriend, are in the living room. Like everyone's in bed. And then all of a sudden it comes on and they're like, Hannah, she's on TV. And I like come racing out. And my mom at the same time is also running out of her room. And we're just like singing and dancing to Unwritten.
I love that.
And well, like we're like whisper singing. And Lily and Bradley, they're just like, oh my God, can y'all just go to bed? And we're dancing around the little living room. And it was just so cute.
That was
And
precious.
it was amazing. And then we went to bed, and I was like, ah, man, I love kitchen dance parties.
I do too. They're so fun. That is sweet.
And then we came home, and I was like, dang, I don't like coming home from the mountains. I love the mountains. I love just being able to hike. You would have
Yeah.
loved the hike we went on.
I love hiking. I haven't been on a good hike in a while.
We crossed so there's like a small river or a large creek, depending on how you look on it, and it had just rained the night before, so it was a little flooded. We had to cross that like 6 or 7 times, and we didn't know we were crossing one. And so thankfully we had like Bradley, who's an outdoorsman person, and he's like moving. It's like my brother left us on the hike. Like he was trying to run up and then scare us, and then he was just gonna like leave and like be waiting at the end of the trail and be like, "Oh, haha! Like you just missed us. You missed me. I ran the whole thing." And we honestly were like, "Dude, just ran the whole thing and went back to the cabin." Then we realized you had to cross all these rivers, and we're like calling him, like, "Dude, where are you?" And he had double back. And so he was coming up the river as we were going down it. So it was me, my sister-in-law, my mom.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Like the power just flickered.
Yeah,
Oh, the power just flickered again.
most definitely. It's a little bit concerning.
Yeah.
Does it say he's trying to reconnect?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because I can't hear your
I
microphone
can't
anymore.
hear you either.
I can get on my data.
I can get on my data. I should. I wonder. It's loading. I'm glad you saw that too, because I was like, did this just.
Hmm. And my data, my hotspot's not working.
Oh, do you need to join mine?
Oh, wait. I'm on it. I'm okay.
I was gonna say, I'm back on, or I'm in the studio, and it's still recording. Like, it's a new recording, so hopefully the other one saves. Yeah.
Okay.
It says there's a recording in the file. Okay. Welcome back. I kind of hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can't put my echo thing on.
That's fine.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, guys. If this is about to be a split recording because our internet or
The
power
power
flickered off.
The power, yeah.
And I bet the router needs to be reset if the power flickered out like that.
Probably.
Internet things. Anyways,
Interesting.
I don't really remember where we are. So
we were supposed to do a quick recap of
Oh yeah,
the New Year.
You know I'm a yapper. You have to just tell me to shut up. If not, I'll tell like 30 stories.
I know. I feel so guilty talking first. That's why I say it so short, and then I'm like,
I know. And then I'm like over here talking forever. I'm like, man, Elizabeth was so short. So, anyways, we should do that hike though. I think you would like it.
yes, for sure.
All right. What was your top 2024 moment?
Okay, so I was thinking about this when I was thinking about 2024 and all this stuff, and I was like, this was a hard year. Okay, but I think about it, and I'm like, there was so many celebrations this year. Like this year was like
Yeah.
the year of partying for at least like
For you, it was very much.
yeah, like
and your people.
my baby sister graduated. I say baby sister, she's not baby, but you know what I'm saying? Like
They're always a
my
baby.
yeah, she graduated. So many happy tears, sad tears. And then like two very close friends got married and stuff. And then my twin sister got married, and then like multiple people I know got engaged, like close people to me got engaged and stuff. I'm like, holy crap! This was a lot of like parties and like just a lot of celebration. So I think that's like I can't choose into, and then like I got like my dream job, you know. So I'm like, I don't know. There's just so many things. I'm like, I have no idea. Is it bad to me that when I think like, what's your top 2024 moment? I'm like, funny story. Like I don't know. All these
No.
book releases shouldn't be my top thing, but like, Wicked on it. Like I'm like seeing that in theaters. I don't know. There's so many good things.
Same.
Really hard. Like our year, I feel like my year started off really weird. It was a weird year.
It was a weird first quarter.
Yes.
A weird first quarter.
Yeah. I played pickleball a lot this year though.
Yeah, you did.
And so now I want to play more. We went to go see a hockey game. I feel like now I'm just doing a recap on the year.
We did go see a hockey game.
I turned 21.
Old.
Yeah. I just want to be 22 now. Anyways.
Yeah, it's a great year.
But I don't know. I just feel like it was so like I can't pick one specific thing.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Like, as like.
I mean, you had a big year too.
I say on the way here, I was like looking through and I was like, man, I didn't do anything. And then I'm like, wait, no, I did so much. Because like for me, I can't pick one thing. And it also feels weird to be like, I graduated like that. Because that's not my top 2024 moment. But I'm like, it's
a big moment. Yeah.
But then like, honestly, if I could like put the whole summer as my top, like between all the camps I got to do, because like summer camps, like leading the students at summer is like my favorite thing, is because you get to kind of like relive the fun of like when we were in camps, but like with the fun of knowing everything and getting to make the moment special for all the students. And then going to Maine and family camping, and then like I feel like me and Belle like hung out a lot. Like,
yeah,
we just had some good, like it was just a lot of good intentional relationship time.
I will say that the summer was rough for me in moments, but I mean like one of my best friends got married the end of the summer, and that whole month, like the whole month of July, was all about that wedding, and it was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely there's hard things, but I will say like.
But you can't appreciate the good if there's not
Exactly,
but
yeah, I feel like there was a whole lot more intentional relationships this year in friendships because me and you and Belle became like a trio, and because I guess you and Belle met like February.
Yeah, like I haven't even known Belle a full I mean, I've known Belle, but like I haven't been friends like her with her like this for a full calendar year.
Yeah, and then like
Which is also just weird to me.
yeah, that is true. And just I think it just been a lot closer to people. What?
I don't know. I just realized like one of my good friends had a kid this year.
Who? Oh yes, I was like, what?
Another, and then like a lot of my friends are finding out they're pregnant. Like that's that stage of life I'm in. Not that they're engaged and married. Like a lot of my friends are like couple friends because of church and
Yeah.
work, but they're like, we're having kids, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exciting. Did you see this book I just finished?
No, Laura. You see my book review I'm posting as you're posting
Yeah.
your pregnancy announcement? Yeah.
Which thankfully one of them is a big reader now.
Yeah.
We finally converted her.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, but I grew close to your friend Caroline, you know, and I
yeah.
wasn't like I think, but that also was working at that camp
I say
and
that
everything.
was also just a weird. It's weird when students become friends.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
But I mean, I became very close with my like coworkers now because of the department I work in and stuff. This year I'm not like was a lot of dancing. If I think about
You
it,
have a lot of dancing this
just
year.
weddings, and then
You also went dancing a lot.
yeah, I went line
a lot.
dancing a lot, which I love, and then just like always dancing around my house with my sisters, and then like me, you, and Belle dancing around pickleball like and stuff, and like we play pickleball a lot. I miss
We
it.
need to play pickleball again.
Yeah, I remember when we
That
played
was
pickleball before we did that race. That was a horrible idea.
That race was a horrible.
That was also
idea. I'm
a
gonna be-
weird. That's when we went pickleballing. Do you know who we went pickleballing with? That
Yes.
yeah.
I'm gonna be ready for it this year.
Good,
race
good.
happens,
I'm
I'm
not
gonna be,
sure if
like,
I'm doing it
100%
because Steph doesn't have to.
You're gonna do it.
I'm
this
probably
year.
gonna do it because I'm a proud.
We can at least do the 1 mile and just sprint it out.
I'm a prideful person, so yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
And you're young. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Anyways, but yeah, it was just a huge year
Yeah.
dancing. So
All right. What's your 2025 book goal? This is an easy.
okay,
quick
100. So that's been the same book for the same goal for the past 3 years. But here's my thing.
What's your thing?
Last year or 2023, I read 113 books. This past year, 2024, I read technically 106. It just only showed up 105 on Goodreads because it didn't count this one Christmas book, which is stupid. And I know that 106 is still impressive, but I feel like that let myself down.
Okay, so my goal is 65.
Which you should be proud of.
That's because I read 75 in 2024, and my goal was originally 60, and so I like had a long debate with my parents to figure out, or conversation. I was like, I don't know what my goal should be. My mom was like, well, what do you feel satisfied? Like, what do you think you could reach? I was like, I think I could hit 65, and she said, okay, and if you need to change it halfway through, then you change it. I was like,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what I feel like. I know I can hit 100.
That's just so many books. So many books. I say that like I'm out here reading a quarter less than you are.
You can definitely read 100 books.
Yeah, I don't know.
But also, one of my reading goals, part of 2025, is to not waste time on stupid books. So I'm learning that if I don't like a book, I'm just not going to finish. And that is
Wow.
really hard
That's
for me
a
to
good
do.
goal for you.
And one of my coworkers said life is too short to spend it on bad books. And as painful as it is, I don't want to read books that I don't feel engaged in. You know, like that book You Again I rated it literally a 0 on Goodreads. I just hated it. But I like made myself finish, and that's a prideful thing that I need to. If I don't like it, then you're wasting time on it.
It's a very healthy mentality.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I don't remember what's next.
I don't either. Sorry.
We made a list. We are trying to be prepared for this.
Yes.
Oh, what's one habit you hope to set?
Not reading trash. I'm just kidding. Do you have one?
Yeah. So mine is like a twofold. Or my first one is to like read the Bible more, because I like struggle, and obviously I'm gonna do that this year.
Yep.
Because we're doing the Bible recap.
We are.
which is reading the entire Bible in 1 year,
Yes.
and I'm loving it so.
And I like that we can make comments. That makes me feel accountable.
Yes.
When I see that you comment something, I'm like, it's only been the second day, but I'm like, oh, I need to do it. You know.
I'm gonna say between that and then having a little group chat, I'm like, okay, I feel like I can do this.
Mhm.
And then started by friend Caroline, is she texted me yesterday, and is starting basically a jar of every single day, just writing something,
Yeah.
whatever good, bad that happened that day. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. So I have like a little jar, and I mean, I only wrote for yesterday because it's only the second day of the year. But of just doing that as like my reflection of intentional Bible time and intentional reflection, like even if I'm not journaling to the same like the capacity I feel like I
Mhm.
want to, I at least can look back and be like, oh, this is what I did this one day.
Yes, I like that. Mine's kind of similar because I journal every day, but sometimes I feel like I make myself journal just because I have to keep the routine of journaling,
Mhm.
and I don't want it to feel like a task. And so I'm trying to, like, if you don't journal one day, that's fine. Just if something exciting happens and something feels fulfilling, like, keep a record of, and so let it be more intentional. I think
Yeah.
that's what I want to do and stuff. So that's kind of like the one goal set. And also, like, I don't know, it's funny with the books, but it is like, if it doesn't make you happy, stop doing it. Because I'm such a people pleaser, and literally, like, I will run myself to, like, I literally told you this the other day, and I told my friend this the other day. If it made you a better person not be friends with me, I would be like, yeah, like, I would be like, I won't be friends with you. And that's like, and I mean,
That's
that's
not
a different
healthy.
circumstance.
I
But
mean,
like,
that's still.
but it is like, I don't want to be that person that doesn't fill
Yeah.
my own cup up before I fill other people's up. Which
Mhm.
sounds selfish, but I need to make sure that I'm grounded. Anyways, that's mine. I feel like that got really bizarre.
That's fine.
So,
Let's see. Oh, what's one habit you hope to leave behind?
I think letting a bad mood like dictate my whole day, especially when it comes to work.
Yeah.
I don't want to be. I don't want. Again, I don't want to waste. I know there will be bad days, and I've experienced them, but I don't want one bad experience to affect my whole week or my whole day. And I know that will take time and won't always be perfect, but I just don't want to dwell on stupid things. I need to get better. Not. I hate saying gossiping because I feel like that sounds immature, and I need to vent about things, but for the sake of filling space, I don't want to just vent about things I don't need to vent about.
Yeah.
That's already been discussed, which I need you to hold me accountable because I tend to do that a lot.
I will try my best.
Yeah.
I literally thought about it, and then I had like 5 answers. I was like, actually, no, none of those. Wait, I just had one. Oh, like the guilty, lazy feeling.
Yes.
Like acknowledging I need rest, but then also not getting into the habit of like, well, I haven't done anything for the past 3 hours, and these are things I need to do. But since I haven't done anything today, I just won't do anything today. I'm like, no, like
Mm-hmm.
you can be lazy and you can feel rest, but like if I'm feeling guilt about it, I don't know. Like,
I
there's
get
the
what you're
line
saying.
of
Yeah.
like, if you're actually being lazy, you don't feel guilty about not doing anything.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Yes.
Listening to that, if I feel guilty about not doing anything, well, then let me just go do something.
Yeah.
That, and probably also not gossiping.
Yeah, and
But
it's
that's
not
something
like
I feel like I'm always convicted for, and I'm just like, but I don't gossip. But I
Yeah.
also am talking without the full facts, but I don't talk about people if they're not there. Which I feel like
Yes.
is the weird line of.
And it's like, it's not that I talk to you about someone you have no idea. Well, sometimes it is easier to talk to you about something that you have no stake in because I need an outside opinion.
But
But I don't want to talk about, say, we had a friend named Claire. Okay, let's just take an example.
Mhm.
I don't want to. Well, I don't actually know where I was going with this, Claire. Like,
No, but it's like, for me, I don't know. I feel like everyone has a different view of gossiping.
Yeah.
But it's one thing for me to be like, oh my gosh, did you hear what she did? Da 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 da. And this is me just saying, I need to get it off. I don't want your response.
Yeah.
Like venting, I feel like is different than,
Yes.
like you said, of feeling the gaps of, okay, well, did you hear she did this, da 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 da, and it has nothing to do with you. Like if it's for me, like with situations of like the start of last year, with what happened, of like, well, this is now me getting an understanding of the
Yes.
situation that directly impacted me. It's not, let me tell you about what they did that has nothing to do with
Yes,
me.
that's what I mean. And I also don't. I think what I also mean is that I don't want to waste time spending talking about a situation that I've already talked about from the past that I cannot literally change. And I think I just want to be intentional this year.
Yeah, I need you to hold me accountable to
But
that.
it's like, but I will literally, because I do hold grudges and I need to not do that, and I need to forgive. But I need to stop thinking about something that happened. Like, I literally will talk to you about stuff that happened to me in high school.
It depends on what it is, though.
Yes,
There's
but
some things that you got to get through and you don't realize you went through until like well after.
Yes, but
But
like
I know I
stupid
got
things,
you on
I'm
some
like,
things.
I need to like just stop talking
Yeah.
about it because there's no reason. I can't change any of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's that. Glad we're on the same page about that.
what's one thing you're looking forward to this year?
Hmm.
Or more than one thing, I don't know. But just like what?
I'll graduate college this year,
Whoop,
so
whoop.
I'm excited to be done. I mean, obviously, like I'll graduate in a year, but
You're still graduating, and that's what
yeah.
matters.
I'm in one of my friends' weddings. What a surprise!
Exciting.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that. I can't think of anything like, oh my gosh, I'm so. I mean, well, there are a few things like we're going to see Role Model, like
Mhm.
small things, and like me and my aunt are going to see Crime Junkie on tour at the Fox.
Fun.
So I'm excited for those things, but there's nothing like I don't know. I'm excited
Those
to
are
spend.
things just
Yeah,
get you excited for.
and there's a lot of books I'm excited for, but I'm
Yeah,
just excited to spend time with people.
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. It feels weird to me that it's been a year since like last January because I feel like it was so like we did so much. So much happened.
So
you
much
know?
happened in those first 3 months, and we also did so much
Together,
together.
and we do,
And
we
we do a
do,
lot
but
together.
there's something weird about that. Was like
It was
not
like
weird. We did the readathon. I think that's what kind of
that's
like
true.
like it was my because the hockey game was around then. And that's when a lot of weird
Yeah.
things happened.
Yeah, it was like a weird. I feel. I mean, we've also always. I feel like for a while we've been very emotionally dependent on each other, but I feel like
Yeah,
this last year has like weirdly like been like made it concrete.
because I think we went through adult things together.
Yes.
Not and I
Like high
think
school and like our first year of college, we were like I think we were
Mhm.
healthily best friends,
Mhm.
and then I think since then we've been like, yeah, like you said, as we've grown up,
It's like, oh, we're
and done
literally
more real
doing
things.
life together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I just will never have a trouble. I was like,
No.
that's because I feel like that wasn't that long ago, but that was a year ago.
It feels like it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So much.
I want to
happened.
forget half, but I'm not. Everything has a reason. And we gotta move
Everything
forward.
exactly.
What are you excited about for 2024?
2025.
2025. My bad.
I'm starting. Well, one, I'm starting a new job. In
Yay!
like a week. I don't know much about it, so I'm not gonna. I know a lot about it, but I'm not gonna like.
Hannah is a
Broadcast
business girl. We are proud of her.
Yeah, Hannah's a working girl.
Yes.
I. What else am I doing? Hope, Lord willing, going to law school. We're being very hopeful
Yes.
and not going to be too pessimistic.
No.
But this new job will be a good stepping stone towards a lot of things, which makes
Yes.
me very excited.
Very exciting.
And I don't know, honestly, like beyond that, like it sounds weird to like happy. I mean, we're going to like you said, we're going to see Role Model. I need to listen to more of his music. But like,
Oh, that's okay.
I don't know.
It's the unknown.
I'm just excited for. I don't know. I've reached the point where I'm like everything is exciting, and
I can't wait for spring and summer. That I love. So that's what I'm excited for.
I'm excited for this summer.
Yeah, I mean, but like you said, you have a lot of people having babies, so that's something that like.
Do you know? Because it also kind of makes me sad because a lot of these people are having babies and they're all like July and August due dates. And what makes me really sad is like, what if I'm not here, like in Georgia when they're having kids,
See,
or
here's
like in a place in life, like even if I'm in Georgia where I can't like routinely see, like one of the couples is like we started working. I worked with them at the church, and like from there, like we just became like sisters, and like her husband is like a brother, like
Yeah.
this is about to be like my not niece or nephew,
But it's yeah.
like my family, and I'm like, but what if I'm not gonna be here, or like be able to be around them 24/7? And I'm like, that just makes my heart so sad because I'm so excited. Like,
I know.
anyways,
Whatever, like I obviously know Hannah probably won't stay in Georgia with what you want your career to be, but in my head I'm in such denial that I'm like, well, she's gonna do her career and be somewhere else, but she's gonna be like, I'm literally gonna see her every week because I don't think I let myself think about the actual reality of it all. So, anyways, there's that.
we're not gonna think about the reality of anything because nothing's happened yet.
Nothing has happened yet.
Oh, I have to take the LSAT too. Like, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I think. All right, and potentially buying a car. Lots of exciting
exactly.
things.
We saw Niall Horn last year.
I don't like it. No, I want it to still be this year, but it was less than a year ago, which at least is
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Let's see. what is your song for 2025?
Okay, so I was thinking about this because I was like, what was my song last year? And I think my song was Unwritten, which I feel like sounds so freaking basic.
No.
But I think it was because I think because like our year literally started, Hannah, and I know we said it's like for the plot. Like our year was our beginning of the year was
2024
so
the
much
plot.
that, and I think Unwritten's like, oh, you just let go and you just do whatever, but also to a respective manner.
Yeah.
And so I think Unwritten was definitely that. And so then I was like, this year, like, what is? And but there was a lot of hard crap in 2024. So I'm like, this year, like, granted, I know it's not gonna be sunshine and roses and all happy,
No.
but I'm like, um, ironic that you already mentioned the song, but "Dog Days Are Over" by Florence and the Machine, because I first of all I love that
Yes.
song and has the same feeling as Unwritten, but it's like, all right,
Mhm.
you went through a lot of hard stuff, like just allow yourself to enjoy and be happy. So, and I also
Yes.
just like Florence and the Machine, like I like it.
Yes.
And then Dancing Queen by ABBA, which I feel like is just makes sense to me.
It does make sense. I just
Um,
love how Florence and the Machine is
mhm.
getting the attention it deserves.
Yes,
God bless Grey's Anatomy.
yes,
Dancing it out.
yes. And then do you know that worship song "Made for More"? Is it Josh Baldwin?
Potentially.
I heard that song in the summer, and so it's what I would run to every morning when I ran in the summer back when I was consistent. Anyways, that, and then I think it's like, oh, so now like you figured out what kind of where your life is going, so now how are you going to use it for more? So I think that's
Mhm.
kind of, those are my
It's
songs.
exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say "Maine" by Noah Kahn because I just feel like that's my song, but like that's kind of that's just kind of a sad song for it to be like the defining song of your year. But
I want the feeling I get with Maine of just
yeah,
like it's like the
yes,
nostalgia welcome home, but that's also because I listened to it nonstop while on the way to Maine
Yeah.
and in Maine.
yeah. So, what are your songs?
Mine originally was gonna be Dog Days.
Really? That
It was
is
like
so
crossing
funny.
my mind, and then I was like, no, like yes, but no. So I don't know. I feel so 2016 saying this. I Lived by One Republic,
But that is a good song.
but it's also like the same. Just like
Mhm.
I was listening to it on the way here, and I was like, man, there's so many things about like this song that I'm like, this is going to be this year already. Like
Yes.
what's gonna everything that's happening, and then I also went the route of like what kind of like worship song
Yeah.
is, and the I don't know. It's weird saying like I don't know if this is my song for the year, but it's been coming to my brain a lot. And the end of the year was "Another in the Fire" by Hillsong
Oh, that is a
United,
good one.
because we'd go camp when we went to the cabin for Thanksgiving, and then again for New Year. Like we were making fires, and so every time we made a fire, we were joking about like pushing someone in. I'd be like, "And there is another in the fire," and so like that whole thing is like it kept coming up in my brain. No, we really did joke about like who. Okay, at Thanksgiving we joked about pushing someone in. I ended up getting voted to get pushed into the fire,
Okay.
and then like at New Year's, I almost put my brother's blanket in the fire because he asked for his blanket, so I threw it on him, and I almost threw it into the like little furnace.
Classic.
And so then I just kept singing like that every time something would happen. I'd be like, "There is another in the fire," and I was like, "Man, wait, that kind of like goes with this
Yeah.
year though. Of like, I'm not walking through it alone."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
Also, totally random. "The Wizard and I think it's just my song for the
It's
year
so good.
because it's
Okay.
like having hope and achieving for things that, I
Yes.
mean, sadly,
Interesting, because I'm not that girl. Is what's like really been ringing in my brain.
I used to sing that song a lot whenever I was like heartbroken.
Yes.
Like quotations.
Yeah.
You know? Because I was like, wicked is my life. Wicked is how I will process every emotion I will go through.
No, stop. That's how I was with Dear Evan Hansen. I would sing Requiem and I'd be like, because when the villains saw like losing it.
So I'd be like, I guess I'm just not that girl. Like, I guess I'm just
I'm not that girl. You're not that girl.
you know? And stuff.
Sorry.
So and then I think like the Wizard of Oz. So like I think I've just literally based my entire life around the Wicked soundtrack.
You have. Sorry.
No, I fully am aware of it, and so I'm like,
Yeah. We were driving to the cabin for New Year's, and it's up at Fort Mountain, so it's like a windy road up in North Georgia to get there, and there's like zero guardrails, like just straight drop offs. And I was listening to the Wicked soundtrack on the way up there, and then it finally gets to Defying Gravity, and like we're going, and then it's like tell them, and it like gets to, and I'm like, wait. And I'm like terrified of heights and of falling, and I just like stop it and like dramatically take my earbuds out. And my parents are like, "Hannah, are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, Defying Gravity came on, and I'm scared we're about to defy gravity and just like go flying down the mountain."
Hey, if you defy gravity, though, you're just safe.
But like in my brain, I'm like, how because I'm a worst case scenario girl,
Yeah.
and I'm like, how ironic would be if we like get into a bad car accident and I was listening to Defying Gravity.
The
as we're,
paramedics are like,
flying down a mountain.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, for real. I was like,
I would have been
cannot
like
put this
heartbroken,
into
been like, what a way to go out.
At my funeral, be like, it's okay. She was listening to
Defying
Defying
gravity. We
when
know
she
she's
was-
in heaven now.
Yeah. Even. I don't know. I keep moving, and so my earbuds.
I know.
keep
I feel like I
falling
look awkward, like laying like this, but I'm like,
out. I got
oh,
tired of sitting up, and then you were laying down, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
let me just lean back real quick.
interesting.
Anyways, what's your word for 2025?
I'm so bad at these things. I think like I was trying to think about it because for the longest time my word was rescued, hence why I have it tattooed on myself. But I think I'm past the point, like I have, not that I'll ever be past the point of needing saving for like Jesus saving me. But I think now it's like I will go through more hard things, but it's like you have been rescued and you're fully aware of that. So now you're in like the rejoicing part of it, you know? So I think like rejoicing and being joyful, and as much, and like I think realizing how much of last year was so party-esque, like I just want to continue that in a sense that could be any manner, like smaller or bigger, you know? So I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen to me in 2025, so you know, but that's what I would, you know, so I think
Yeah.
rejoicing.
That's a solid choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, wait, what is it? Great big beautiful world. That's my word. Multiple words.
A great big
Beautiful world.
There's a great big beautiful tomb. I think it's secretly Disney coded, actually. Anyways,
What's your word?
I was trying to find like what my word was like last year. I feel like I've done a word, but I've never written it down. Maybe it's in my journal. No, I don't know. I feel like I did a word for 2024, and I was trying to find it, but I couldn't. And so I think this year is kind of going to be intentional.
Yeah.
Is my word, and I not blame it, but I credit it to the first 2 days of the Bible recap of going through Genesis 1 through 7.
Yeah, because a
Of-
lot of what that was all
is
about like
how intentional God
yeah,
is in everything He does.
and it's like we all said like, oh, we all were aware of that, but it's like when you're legit like, oh wow, you know?
yes, and it's just weird of like I'm a like last year for me and the year, but 2023 and 2024 was a lot of just like leaning into God's plan and trying to hear Him, and then feeling like I wasn't doing the right thing. But I realized that's also like the intentionality of everything He does is even if it doesn't feel like the right thing, like it's still part of His plan in a way,
Yeah.
so long if it glorifies Him. And so intentional was kind of like just that word for me. Like it's just weird. Like literally today, I was just literally had just finished reading, all done the reading, had just sent those like in the message thing of crazy how intentional God is, and then my phone rings and I answer it, or I don't answer it. It's the story I was telling you before
Yes.
this of it was my job I start next week calling me for a position that sounds amazing, and I was like, and then I literally went downstairs and my mom's like, it's so crazy of just like how these things like everything lines up of like the position and who it's for, like within the job already. And then I was
Yeah.
like, and it's even weirder. It's like I had literally just finished this. She's like, God is intentional, and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
And so it's God is intentional, but also making sure my actions are intentional, and I'm
Yeah.
not just doing something for the sake of doing it.
Exactly.
Which is because I've wanted to have the mentality of just say yes to everything and just let everything be a yes and go for it type thing, but also yes and go for it, but with the fact of not just doing it for the sake of doing it, but because I want to do it.
And that's what I realized halfway through last year when we kept on being like, for the plot. But we're like, but is it building a healthy plot, you know? Of
Yes.
like, yeah, live your life and live it to the fullest. But like, I don't want to be doing these things just so there's something random happening and being intentional about it.
Yes.
And I think that's what I was like, not that I think it harmed us, but I think I was like, not that we made poor, horrible decisions, but I
No.
think I was like,
it
You know, I
allowed
wish
us
that-
to grow a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of 2024, I finally learned that like it's okay to not have anything crazy and dramatic going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like no drama is, or not even drama, just no curveballs.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Because it's it's very emotional to handle, and I realized like the amount of stuff that I'm saying because it was very
Yeah.
similar, and I feel like we all went through it together. Was like, like a not that it shouldn't have happened, but like we definitely could have been more thinking about it.
Yes. I like the switch of that I texted y'all last night of like the one girl who's like 2024 the plot, and now that it's 2025, it's actually 2020 thrive.
Yeah,
I'm like, I kind of like it.
me too.
I feel like because thriving requires the intentionality behind
Yes.
it and the deliberate
Yeah,
choices being
and with
made.
the intentionality about the Bible recap, I'm gonna go back to that. Is that like when I was gonna go comment something, I was like, oh man, Hannah literally commented what I was gonna comment, but I was like, wait, but
that's
that's
even cooler
the
that someone would
intentionality
comment
of
the
it, you
exact
know. And
thing.
so I was like,
Yes.
that's literally the whole point. So, anyways, I
Yes.
just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it. The Bible recap.
Yeah.
You can.
And I'm allowing myself grace if I
Yeah.
fall back. I can always go back because there's accountability.
I was gonna say, and it takes like 20. It's like a strong dedication to it, but then also having two different people to kind of be like, no, you got to get it together.
Because like I think if it was just me and you, not
we
that
would let ourselves slip and slide.
Yes.
And it's like what I noticed, like because of who we're doing it with.
Yes.
I'm like, I want to show up for myself, but I want to be like, no, you. As much as we talk about being intentional with our time, also of like, this is how you can do all of these things. Like, you don't have to sacrifice one part of your life to have a relationship with God. You don't have to sacrifice relationships with others to have a relationship with Him, or sacrifice your relationship with Him. All that.
And this might come off, and I don't know how to make this sound not bad, but it's like I want to have, and I've made myself a good community of small amount of friends. And I hang out with those friends consistently, but I don't want that to hinder because I would rather have quality over quantity. Yeah. But I don't want that to hinder myself from hanging out with more people. Not that like hanging out with you is horrible.
No,
but like I also like I you know, someone else could you know what I'm saying? And so like yeah, I do know I have this community I can go back to, but I also like, you know, there are people at work I could hang out with. And I think that especially with having my new job is like now I have this whole new community that I love. So I think it's not having a bazillion friends you're going to hang out with every week, but it's like there are other people you could hang out with and that might need you, you know?
Yes.
Anyways, I was like, wow, we've only talked for 30 minutes. I realized that was
the power went out. Oh, which it only flickered. Like this might only be like an hour long, but either way, I feel like it was a good one.
Me too. I feel like it was
good.
I'm
excited for what 2024
Me
has
too.
in store. 2025.
2025. I'm excited for the books.
I'm excited for the books.
I was thinking, I was like, man, 2025, because in my head I'm always like, what was then 20 years ago, you know? And I'm like, ooh, 2005. And I'm like, ooh, my sister's going to be 20 this year.
It's fine. My sister's going to be 21. That feels disgusting.
Ooh,
trust me, we were talking about everyone's ages on our trip because we always end up talking. It's like my sister's going to be 21, my brother will be 25, which feels normal to me. Like him being 25, I'm like, that just makes sense. My sister-in-law is going to be 28. My mom's going to be 50. Not to out her age, but like that's just insane.
Your sister-in-law's going to be 28?
If I'm doing my math, if I'm remembering correctly, yes.
Interesting.
And I want to say 28. Could be 27, but I'm pretty sure it's 28. Actually, don't quote me on that. But then, like, because in my brain, my mom's always been 30, like 37.
Okay, I always think of my mom as 39 for a weird reason.
We thought she was 37, like us kids, for 10 years. Like from the time she was like probably 35 to 45. Someone asked how old your mom was, like 37. Like I swore it. And then probably by the time she was 45, I was like, oh, okay, she's like 42. Because the woman hasn't aged. Like genuinely, I want her genes. I've looked back at pictures. Obviously, I have her genes, but like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And that's just crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Me and my sister will be 22, and then my brother will be 26.
Okay, so then maybe my sister-in-law's gonna be 27.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think your sister-in-law's gonna be 28.
I can't remember. I just know she doesn't like it either way. She's like,
and then my little sister will be 20.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah, my dad will be 61 in like 3 weeks.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah. So crazy. I feel awkward for outing my mom's age.
Yeah, I'm sorry I outed my mom's age. I don't care.
I'm gonna keep it to myself, just for her respect. She might not care. I have no idea.
I would say my mom probably will care, but at the same time, like she's lived a good. I said that like she is so young.
Yeah.
That it's great to have a son who's
Yeah.
about to be 25.
Yeah, but then I have students who, oh my gosh, like were born in the middle of the pandemic and they're gonna be 5, and that makes me
That's
so sad.
disgusting.
You know,
Like,
and then
that's-
like students who were born like 2018, and I'm like, I don't. You're not old enough to be 7. You can't be that. You know, you're just little babies. You were in my preschool class. How dare you grow up?
Hmm.
So that is really sad. Like when like the kids you babysit start getting older and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, going through that.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin's gonna be 15.
I don't like that either.
She should not be
I
15.
say all this like I'm directly related.
But, I mean,
but like it's
Yeah,
I don't like that.
No.
In my brain,
Mm-mm.
she's always like a 12-year-old,
exactly.
which is not good because technically, psychologically, we think of people at their youngest where we like had the. Anyways.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways, but wow.
Wow.
Here's to 2025.
Here's to 2025.
More bookshelf of opinions.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
Our
year.
3rd year.
Wow.
So I actually feel sentimental.
Aw.
See you next week.
Bye.